everyone, welcome back to Emma's Talk. Okay, Harry, I have a question for you and you have to answer honestly.
Uh-oh, that's never a good sign.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in public?
Oh no, Emma, we are not doing this today.
We are absolutely doing this today. Listen, everyone, today's episode is a little different and I think it's going to be so much fun. Harry and I are going to tell each other real, true, funny stories from our lives.
True stories, embarrassing stories, my past is coming back to haunt me.
And while we tell these stories, we're going to teach you amazing describing vocabulary, the words native speakers actually use to make a story exciting, funny, and full of life.
Because honestly, a story with boring words is like a joke with no punchline.
Exactly. Nobody wants to hear it was bad and then it was funny. We want words like disastrous, hilarious, mortifying, chaotic, words that actually paint a picture.
Okay, now I'm actually excited, even though I'm a little scared of what I'm about to admit on camera.
Don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have so much new vocabulary for telling your own funny stories in English. And trust me, you will laugh a lot.
Let's do it. Emma, I hope you're ready to be embarrassed too, because I remember a few of your stories as well.
Oh no. Okay, everyone, let's get started. Okay, Harry, before we jump into the stories, let's talk about why this actually matters for English learners.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's fun, but is there something deeper here too?
There really is. Think about it. When you meet new people, when you're at a party, when you're chatting with coworkers, what do people actually talk about most of the time?
Stories, right? Like, guess what happened to me yesterday?
Exactly. Storytelling is one of the most natural, most human things we do in conversation. And funny stories especially, they create connection, they make people laugh, and honestly, they make you memorable.
That's so true. I remember people way more because of a funny story they told me, not because of some fact they mentioned.
Precisely. But here's the problem for a lot of English learners. They know the grammar, they know some vocabulary, but their stories still sound flat because they're missing descriptive words.
Right, like saying it was bad instead of it was an absolute disaster.
Exactly that difference. It was bad tells your listener almost nothing. It was an absolute disaster makes them lean in and say, wait, what happened?
That's such a good point. Descriptive words basically do the marketing for your story.
I love that, the marketing for your story. That's exactly right. So today, we're going to give you a whole toolbox of describing words, and then we're going to use them immediately in real stories so you can hear them in context.
I really like learning vocabulary this way, through real stories, instead of just a boring list.
Me too. It sticks so much better. Okay, let's start building that toolbox. Okay, Harry, let's start with adjectives that describe a funny or embarrassing situation itself. These are the words you use to set the scene.
Okay, give us a list. I'm ready.
First one, embarrassing. This means a situation makes you feel shy or uncomfortable in front of others. It was so embarrassing. Everyone was staring at me.
Classic word. I feel like I use that one constantly.
We all do. Next, a stronger version, mortifying. This means extremely embarrassing, almost painfully so.
Oh, mortifying is such a strong word. I can already imagine the situation is really bad.
Exactly. Save that one for the really big moments. Next word, hilarious, meaning extremely funny, much stronger than just funny.
Hilarious is one of my favorite words in English, honestly. It has such energy.
It really does. Next, ridiculous, meaning something is so silly or strange, it's almost hard to believe.
Ridiculous is so useful because sometimes situations really are just ridiculous. There's no other word for it.
Exactly. Next, chaotic, meaning a situation is completely disorganized, wild, with everything happening at once.
Oh, I love chaotic. It really captures that feeling of everything going wrong at the same time.
It does, doesn't it? Next word, awkward, meaning uncomfortable, strange, socially uneasy.
Awkward is probably one of the most useful words in the entire English language, honestly.
It really might be. Next, unexpected, meaning something happens that you didn't predict at all.
That one's simple but so important for stories, because good stories always have something unexpected.
Exactly right. Next word, disastrous, meaning something goes extremely wrong, like a small disaster.
Disastrous. I can already tell that word is going to come up a lot in today's stories.
You have no idea. And finally, one more fun one. Surreal, meaning a situation feels so strange it almost feels like a dream, not real life.
Surreal is such a beautiful word. It really captures those moments where you think, is this actually happening to me?
Exactly that feeling. Let's slow down and repeat this whole list together.
Let's do it.
Embarrassing, mortifying, hilarious, ridiculous,
Embarrassing, mortifying, hilarious, ridiculous.
chaotic, awkward, unexpected, disastrous, surreal.
Chaotic, awkward, unexpected, disastrous, surreal.
Perfect. 9 powerful words already, and we haven't even started the stories yet. Let's add 2 more before we move on, because these 2 come up constantly in real storytelling.
Sure, what else do we need?
Absurd, meaning something is so unreasonable or strange it's almost funny just to think about. The whole situation was absurd.
Absurd feels a little more formal than ridiculous, is that right?
That's a great observation. Yes, absurd often shows up in slightly more thoughtful or reflective storytelling, while ridiculous feels more casual and immediate. And one more, cringeworthy, a wonderful modern word meaning something is so embarrassing to watch or remember, it makes you physically cringe.
Oh, cringeworthy is such a perfect modern word. I hear that constantly online.
It really is everywhere now, and it's incredibly useful for describing those I can't even watch this moments.
I'm ready to use every single one of these today.
You definitely will. Now let's learn how to describe how people feel and react in these situations. Okay, Harry, a great story isn't just about what happened, it's also about how people reacted. Let's learn some powerful words for that.
Good idea, because reactions are honestly the funniest part sometimes.
Completely agree. First word, speechless, meaning so surprised you can't say anything at all.
Oh, I love speechless. It's such a strong image. Literally no words coming out.
Exactly. Next, stunned, meaning shocked, unable to move or react normally for a moment.
Stunned sounds almost like being hit by something in a way, like a physical shock.
That's a great way to think about it, a mental shock that freezes you for a second. Next word, mortified, which we mentioned before as a situation word, but it also works for a person's feeling, extremely embarrassed.
Right, so you could say, I was mortified, meaning I felt extremely embarrassed.
Exactly right. Next, hysterical, which has 2 meanings. It can mean extremely funny, or it can mean laughing uncontrollably. We were hysterical means we were laughing so much we almost couldn't stop.
Oh, that's such a useful double meaning to know.
It really is. Next word, flustered, meaning confused and a little nervous, often when things happen too fast.
Flustered. I feel like that describes me in about half of my daily life.
Same, honestly. Next, in stitches, which is a lovely idiom, meaning laughing so hard it almost hurts. We were in stitches.
In stitches is such a fun expression. I love idioms like that.
They really do add color to a story. Next word, horrified, meaning extremely shocked in a negative, almost scared way.
That's a strong one. Save that for the truly terrible moments.
Exactly. And trust me, we have a story like that today. And finally, in disbelief, meaning you can't believe something is actually happening.
In disbelief is perfect for those, wait, is this really happening moments?
Exactly right. Let's repeat this whole list together now.
Let's go.
Speechless, stunned, mortified, hysterical,
Speechless, stunned, mortified, hysterical.
flustered, in stitches, horrified, in disbelief.
Flustered, in stitches, horrified, in disbelief.
Perfect. Let's add 2 final reaction words before moving on. Baffled, meaning completely confused, unable to understand what's happening at all. I was completely baffled.
Baffled is such a fun-sounding word for confusion. I really like it.
It has a nice rhythm, doesn't it? And one more, beside myself, an idiom meaning extremely emotional, whether from laughter, anger, or worry. I was beside myself with laughter.
Beside myself is such an interesting image. Like your emotions are so strong you're almost standing outside your own body.
Exactly that image. Now we have words for the situation and words for the reaction. There's one more piece we need before the stories begin, the connecting words that make a story actually flow.
Oh, good point. Because a story isn't just separate sentences. It needs to flow like a real story.
Okay, Harry, these are small phrases native speakers use to build tension, add surprise, and keep a story moving naturally.
These are the phrases that make a story exciting to listen to, right?
Exactly. First one, So there I was, which is a classic way to start setting the scene of a story.
So there I was. That already sounds like a story is about to begin.
It really pulls the listener in immediately. Next, out of nowhere, meaning something happened suddenly, without warning. Out of nowhere, the dog started running toward me.
That phrase adds so much drama to a moment.
It really does. Next, before I knew it, meaning something happened very quickly, almost before you could react.
Before I knew it is great for moments that happen really fast.
Exactly. Next, to make matters worse, used when something bad happens and then something even worse happens right after.
Ugh, I love that phrase. It's perfect for stories where everything just keeps going wrong.
And trust me, in a lot of funny stories, that's exactly what happens. Next, and that's when, used right before the big turning point of the story.
And that's when. That's like the moment right before the punchline.
Exactly right. It builds suspense perfectly. Next phrase, little did I know, used to hint that something surprising is about to happen that the person didn't expect at the time.
Ooh, little did I know is such a dramatic storyteller phrase.
It really is. It's a favorite in movies and books too. Next, I couldn't believe my eyes, meaning something was so surprising it was hard to accept it was real.
That's such a strong visual phrase.
It really is. And finally, a phrase to end a funny story. I still laugh about it to this day, showing the memory is still funny, even now.
That's such a nice way to close a story. It shows the memory lasted.
Exactly. Let's repeat this whole list slowly.
Let's do it.
So there I was, out of nowhere, before I knew it.
So there I was, out of nowhere, before I knew it.
To make matters worse, and that's when. Little did I know.
To make matters worse, and that's when. Little did I know.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I still laugh about it to this day.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I still laugh about it to this day.
Perfect. Now we have everything we need. Words for the situation, words for reactions, and phrases to connect the story. It's time for the real stories now.
Oh no, here we go.
Before we start, quick reminder, if you're enjoying this so far, hit like and subscribe. It really helps our channel grow, and it means more free English lessons for learners everywhere.
Yes, and honestly, stick around because my stories get worse. I mean better. You'll see.
Okay, let's start with my first story. Okay, so there I was, a few years ago, invited to a wedding of a coworker's cousin. I didn't know the family very well, but I was excited. I put on a beautiful dress, did my hair, everything.
Okay, this already sounds like it's going somewhere interesting.
Oh, it absolutely is. So I arrived at the address my coworker gave me, a beautiful outdoor venue, chairs set up, flowers everywhere, string quartet playing music. It looked exactly like what I expected.
So far, sounds perfectly normal.
Exactly, that's what I thought too. I sat down, said hello to a few strangers, smiled politely, and waited for the ceremony to start. Little did I know, I was at the completely wrong wedding.
No, you went to the wrong wedding entirely?
Completely wrong. There were actually 2 weddings happening at the same venue that day, in 2 different sections, and I sat down in the wrong one.
Emma, that's absolutely ridiculous. How did you even figure it out?
So about 10 minutes into the ceremony, the bride walked down the aisle, and I remember thinking, wait, I don't recognize her at all. And that's when I started to panic a little.
Oh no, the moment of realization.
Exactly. I sat there completely stunned, just staring at this bride I had never seen in my life, trying to figure out what was happening. To make matters worse, the ceremony had already started, so I couldn't just quietly leave. Everyone would notice.
Emma, this is already the most chaotic story I've heard in a while.
It gets worse. I had to sit there completely mortified through the entire ceremony, clapping at the right moments, pretending I belonged there, while internally I was completely horrified.
You sat through an entire wedding ceremony for strangers?
The entire thing. Vows, rings, the first kiss, everything. I clapped along with everyone else, smiling like I was truly happy for this couple I had never met.
I'm in stitches just imagining your face during all of this.
My face was definitely doing something. So finally, when the ceremony ended and everyone stood up to move towards the reception area, I quietly slipped away and called my coworker, completely in disbelief.
What did she say?
She was hysterical, laughing so hard she could barely speak on the phone. Turns out her family's wedding was actually in the section right next door, literally 50 meters away.
50 meters? You were that close the whole time?
That close. I walked into the right wedding an hour late, completely out of breath, and had to explain to everyone why I missed the entire ceremony.
What did you tell them?
I just said you would not believe what just happened to me and told the whole story right there at the reception. Everyone was crying, laughing.
I bet. Honestly, Emma, I still laugh about this every time you tell it.
I still laugh about it to this day too, and it's been years. Okay, Harry, your turn now.
Oh no, I knew this was coming.
Okay, so a few years ago, I had a really important job interview. The kind of job I really wanted.
Okay, already sounds stressful. Please continue.
So there I was, dressed in my best suit, arriving 30 minutes early, feeling confident, ready to impress. I sat in the waiting room, going over my notes one more time.
Very responsible, very professional so far.
Exactly, that's what I thought too. So they finally call me in. I shake hands with the interviewer, sit down, everything's going smoothly. And then, out of nowhere, my stomach makes the loudest, most embarrassing sound you have ever heard in your entire life.
Oh no, Harry, not the stomach noise.
The loudest stomach growl in human history, Emma, like an actual roar. I hadn't eaten breakfast because I was too nervous.
That's honestly hilarious already, but please continue.
So I'm sitting there, completely mortified, my face turning bright red, and the interviewer just looks at me, completely stunned, not saying anything for a solid 5 seconds.
Oh my God, the awkward silence.
The most awkward silence of my entire life. And then, to make matters worse, my stomach does it again, even louder somehow, like it wanted an encore performance.
Oh, an encore performance? Harry, I'm actually crying laughing right now.
I wish I was joking. So at this point, I'm completely flustered. I don't know whether to apologize, explain, or just pretend nothing happened.
What did you actually do?
I just said, completely honestly, I'm so sorry. That's my stomach telling me I skipped breakfast because I was too nervous about this interview. And little did I know, that honesty was actually going to save the whole interview.
Wait, really? How?
The interviewer burst out laughing, completely hysterical, and said it was the most human, honest moment she'd had in an interview in years. She said most people try so hard to seem perfect, and my little disaster actually made me memorable.
Harry, that's such an incredible ending. Did you get the job?
I actually did. I still can't believe my stomach basically got me hired.
I still laugh about this every single time you tell it, honestly. Your stomach deserves a bonus, not just you.
It really does. Okay, your turn again, Emma. Tell us another one.
Oh, I have so many more. Let's keep going.
Okay, this one happened when I was traveling abroad, and my language skills in the local language were, let's just say, not great yet.
Oh, language mix-up stories are always the best. Please continue.
So there I was at a small local restaurant, trying to order food using my very limited vocabulary. I wanted to order chicken, a very simple, normal request.
Sounds simple enough so far.
Exactly what I thought, but I accidentally mixed up two very similar sounding words, and instead of ordering chicken, I confidently, proudly told the waiter that I would like to marry him.
Wait, what? You proposed to the waiter?
I completely accidentally proposed marriage to a waiter I had just met 30 seconds earlier.
Emma, that's absolutely ridiculous. What was his reaction?
He was completely speechless for a moment, just staring at me, and I had no idea why. I thought I had just ordered dinner perfectly.
You had no idea what you had just said.
None at all. Out of nowhere, the entire table next to us, who spoke both languages, burst into hysterical laughter, and that's when I realized something had gone horribly wrong.
Oh no, so the whole restaurant knew before you did.
Everyone knew before me. To make matters worse, the waiter, completely flustered himself, actually thought I was serious for a second and awkwardly said he was already in a relationship.
He thought you meant it? Emma, I'm in stitches.
I was mortified beyond belief. My face went bright red and I just kept saying, "Chicken, chicken, I meant chicken," pointing at the menu desperately.
Did he eventually understand?
Eventually, yes, and he actually turned out to be really kind about the whole thing. He laughed it off, brought me my actual chicken, and even wrote the correct word down for me on a napkin so I wouldn't make the same mistake again. But get this, that napkin is still in my travel journal today as a reminder to always double-check similar-sounding words before speaking confidently in a new language.
That's such a sweet ending, honestly, despite the mortifying beginning.
I still laugh about it to this day, and now I always triple-check tricky words before I say them out loud in a new language.
A very valuable lesson, learned the hard way. Okay, my turn again.
Okay, this one is more recent, and it involves modern technology completely betraying me.
Oh, technology disaster stories. I love these. Please continue.
So there I was in an important video call with a big group of coworkers, maybe 15 people, discussing a big project. I was fully dressed professionally, at least from the waist up.
Oh no, I already sense where this is going.
You have no idea. So I'm sitting there, contributing to the meeting, feeling confident, professional, in control. And then out of nowhere, my cat jumps onto my desk and knocks my laptop completely off the table.
Oh my goodness, no.
The laptop falls, but somehow doesn't break. It just lands on the floor, camera pointing directly up at me, standing there in my pajama pants. Because remember, only the top half was professional.
Oh no, I already sense where this is going.
You have no idea. So I'm sitting there, contributing to the meeting, feeling confident, professional, in control. And then out of nowhere, my cat jumps onto my desk and knocks my laptop completely off the table.
Oh my goodness, no.
The laptop falls, but somehow doesn't break. It just lands on the floor, camera pointing directly up at me, standing there in my pajama pants. Because remember, only the top half was professional.
Oh no, the whole meeting saw your pajama pants?
The entire meeting, 15 coworkers, saw my extremely unprofessional cartoon pajama pants from a very unflattering angle for what felt like an eternity, but was probably about 10 seconds.
I'm actually crying. Harry, this is too much.
It gets worse. To make matters worse, I panicked, and instead of calmly picking up the laptop, I dove to grab it, completely knocking over my coffee cup in the process, which spilled directly onto my keyboard.
Oh no, the coffee too?
The coffee too. So now I'm sitting there completely flustered, laptop camera still awkwardly on the floor, coffee dripping everywhere, and I hear my boss's voice through the speaker saying, completely stunned, "Harry, are you okay?"
What did you say?
I just picked up the laptop, sat back down, coffee stains everywhere, and said completely honestly, my cat just attacked my entire professional image and I regret nothing about getting this cat. And that's when the whole meeting burst into hysterical laughter.
Harry, that's honestly one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
The meeting basically stopped for 2 full minutes while everyone recovered from laughing. Someone even sent a message afterwards saying it was the best meeting they'd had all year.
Your cat is basically a celebrity at your office now, isn't he?
Completely a celebrity. People still ask about him in meetings. I still laugh about it to this day, though I did have to buy a new keyboard.
A small price to pay for comedy gold, honestly. Okay, my turn again, and this one involves an animal too, actually. Okay, so this happened when I was dog sitting for a friend's very large, very energetic dog for the weekend.
Oh no, animal stories always seem to end in chaos.
You have no idea how chaotic this one gets. So there I was, taking the dog for a nice, calm walk in the park, holding the leash confidently, feeling like a very responsible dog sitter.
Sounds peaceful so far.
Exactly what I thought, but out of nowhere, a squirrel appeared, and this dog, who apparently has a personal vendetta against squirrels, ripped the leash right out of my hand and took off running at full speed.
Oh no, the dog escaped?
Completely escaped. And before I knew it, I was sprinting through the park in my nice weekend clothes, screaming this dog's name, chasing him through crowds of confused strangers.
Emma, I can already picture this chaos perfectly.
It was absolute chaos. The dog ran straight through a group of people having a picnic, knocked over a sandwich table completely, and kept going like nothing happened.
He destroyed an innocent picnic on his squirrel mission.
Completely destroyed it. To make matters worse, he then ran directly into a small pond, jumped in fully, and started swimming happily after a duck now because apparently his attention span had changed targets.
He just switched targets mid-chase.
Mid-chase completely. So now I'm standing at the edge of this pond, completely horrified, in my nice clothes, watching this dog happily swim in circles, having the time of his life, while I'm shouting his name like a crazy person.
What did you do?
I had no choice. I took off my shoes and waded into the pond myself, completely soaked, grabbed his leash and dragged him out, both of us completely drenched in front of what felt like the entire park watching us.
Oh my goodness, everyone was watching?
Everyone. An older woman actually started clapping when I finally caught him, like I had just won some kind of Olympic event. I was mortified, soaking wet, holding a very happy, very unbothered dog.
I'm in stitches, Emma. What did your friend say when you told her?
Well, first, I had to actually get him out of the water, which was its own small battle because he thought I wanted to play. So every time I got close, he'd swim a little further away, completely delighted with this new game.
He turned the rescue into a game too?
Completely turned it into a game. It took a good 5 extra minutes of me waiting around, calling his name in increasingly desperate tones, before he finally got bored and swam back toward me on his own terms. So once I finally got him out and back on the leash, completely soaked from head to toe myself, I called my friend and she was hysterical, completely in disbelief, and immediately sent me photos of him doing the exact same thing to her the week before. Apparently, this is just a regular Tuesday for this dog.
You should have gotten a warning label with him.
Honestly, I really should have. I still laugh about it to this day, though. I've never looked at squirrels the same way since.
A truly chaotic afternoon. Okay, I have another one too, and this one involves sports, sort of. Okay, this one happened at the gym, and it still makes me cringe a little just thinking about it.
Oh, gym stories are always good. Please continue.
So there I was, trying out a new fitness class for the first time, feeling confident, ready to impress everyone with my incredible athletic skills.
I already sense confidence before disaster here.
Exactly the pattern, unfortunately. So the instructor asks everyone to grab a heavy medicine ball for the next exercise, and being confident, I grabbed the heaviest one on the rack, completely ignoring my actual fitness level.
Oh no, Harry, that's already a warning sign.
A huge warning sign in hindsight. So the exercise involves throwing this ball up and catching it repeatedly. Everyone else is doing it smoothly, confidently. I throw mine up, and out of nowhere, I completely misjudge the catch.
Oh no, what happened?
The ball comes down directly on my head, Emma, directly on my head in front of the entire class, making the loudest, most embarrassing thud sound you've ever heard.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Physically, mostly fine, just a small bump. Emotionally, completely destroyed. The entire class stopped, completely stunned, staring at me as I stood there, ball rolling away, world spinning slightly.
The entire class just stopped?
Everyone stopped. To make matters worse, the instructor rushed over, completely concerned, asking if I needed medical attention, while I'm just standing there, mortified, saying, I'm fine, while seeing actual stars.
You were seeing stars and still trying to act casual?
Completely trying to play it cool, with zero success. And then, little did I know, this wasn't even the end of the embarrassment. As I bent down to pick up the ball, my leggings, yes, I was wearing leggings, ripped completely right down the back seam.
No, not the leggings too.
The leggings too. So now I'm standing there, head throbbing, class staring, and a very significant rip in a very unfortunate location.
Harry, I'm actually in stitches right now. I can't breathe.
I had to awkwardly tie my jacket around my waist and finish the entire class like that, completely mortified, while everyone tried unsuccessfully not to laugh.
Did you go back to that class again?
Surprisingly, yes. The instructor actually became a good friend afterward. She said it was honestly the most memorable first class she'd ever taught. I still laugh about it to this day, though I always choose a much lighter ball now.
A valuable lesson in humility, Harry. Okay, I have one more story too, and this one's from a family event. Okay, this one is a little different because this time I wasn't just watching chaos happen, I actually caused it myself at my cousin's wedding.
Oh, this sounds like it's going to be good.
Oh, it's a good one. So there I was, asked to give a short speech as the maid of honor. I had practiced for weeks, memorized every word, feeling completely confident and ready.
Sounds well prepared, at least at the start.
Extremely well prepared. I stood up, glass of champagne in hand, everyone looking at me, and I started my beautiful, heartfelt speech about my cousin and her new husband.
Sounds lovely so far. Please continue.
It was lovely for about 30 seconds. And then, completely out of nowhere, in the middle of a very emotional sentence about their beautiful love story, I accidentally called the groom by my cousin's ex-boyfriend's name.
Oh no, Emma, you didn't.
I completely did. The entire room went silent, completely stunned, and I just stood there, champagne glass frozen halfway to my mouth, absolutely horrified at what had just come out of my own mouth.
The whole room heard the wrong name?
The entire room, including the groom himself, who just looked at me with the most confused expression I've ever seen on a person's face at their own wedding.
Oh my goodness, what did you do?
I was completely flustered. My face turned bright red, and I just said, "I'm so sorry, wrong name, please forget I said that," which of course made absolutely everyone remember it even more.
That's the worst possible thing to say in that moment.
The absolute worst. To make matters worse, my aunt, sitting in the front row, burst into hysterical, uncontrollable laughter, which then made half the room start laughing too, completely ruining the emotional mood I had worked so hard to create.
Did the groom take it well at least?
Surprisingly, wonderfully well. He actually stood up, raised his own glass, and said, "Well, at least she remembered I exist now," which made the entire room burst into even more laughter, this time with me too.
That's such a great response, honestly. It saved the whole moment.
It really did. And I still laugh about it to this day. And honestly, that story gets told at every single family gathering now. It's basically part of our family history.
A permanent part of family legend. Incredible. Okay, I have one final story too, and I think it might be my most chaotic one yet.
Okay, this is my last story. And honestly, it might be the most ridiculous one of the entire episode.
Oh, I can't wait. Please continue.
So there I was at the airport, catching an early morning flight, completely exhausted, running on almost no sleep and way too much coffee.
A dangerous combination for any kind of story.
Extremely dangerous, as it turns out. So I go through security, find my gate, sit down, completely convinced I'm at the right place, boarding pass in hand, feeling confident despite my exhaustion.
Sounds normal enough so far.
Exactly what I thought too. So I hear the announcement calling for boarding. I get up, get in line, hand my boarding pass to the gate agent, feeling very organized and responsible.
And then?
And then, out of nowhere, the gate agent looks at my boarding pass, then looks at me, completely confused, and says, "Sir, this flight is going to a completely different country than your ticket."
Wait, you were at the wrong gate entirely?
Completely wrong gate. In my exhausted, sleep-deprived state, I had read the gate number backward and walked confidently to the exact opposite side of the entire airport.
Harry, that's absolutely ridiculous. How much time did you have left?
That's the worst part. To make matters worse, when I checked my actual gate, I realized my real flight was boarding in exactly 8 minutes, on the completely opposite end of a massive international airport.
8 minutes? What did you do?
I ran, Emma. I ran like I have never run in my entire life. Bags flying, exhausted, sweating, weaving through hundreds of confused travelers, completely in disbelief that this was actually happening to me.
I can already picture this chaos perfectly.
It was absolute chaos. Before I knew it, I arrived at my actual gate completely out of breath, sweating through my shirt, just as they were making the final boarding call for my name specifically.
Oh my goodness, you almost missed it completely.
Almost completely missed an international flight because I couldn't read a simple gate number correctly at 6 in the morning. I collapsed into my seat, completely mortified, sweating, gasping for air, while the woman next to me just stared at me in complete confusion.
What did you say to her?
I just said, completely honestly, between breaths, "You would not believe the morning I just had," and proceeded to tell her this entire story before we had even left the ground.
A perfect stranger got the full story before takeoff.
She was hysterical by the end of it, honestly, and we ended up talking for the entire flight. She even said it was the most entertaining flight she'd ever had, all because of my terrible gate reading skills.
I still laugh about it every time you tell this one, Harry. It truly never gets old.
I still laugh about it too, though I now triple check every single gate number, no matter how tired I am.
A very valuable lesson, learned through pure chaos and panic. Okay, Harry, I feel like we're on a roll today. We have to keep going a little longer.
I agree. I have at least 2 more disasters I haven't told anyone outside my family yet.
Perfect. Let's keep the chaos going.
Okay, actually, I have one more story because I just remembered something truly disastrous.
Oh, please, I need to hear this one too.
So there I was, at a friend's birthday party, at a karaoke bar, feeling brave after one too many drinks, and I decided it was finally time to sing my absolute favorite song in front of everyone.
Oh no. Confidence plus karaoke, that's a dangerous combination.
Extremely dangerous, as it turns out. So I confidently walk up to the small stage, grab the microphone, and the music starts. And I am ready, Harry. I am completely 100% ready.
I love your energy already. Please continue.
So I start singing, feeling amazing, feeling like an actual pop star, and the whole room is cheering me on. And then out of nowhere, during the big emotional chorus, I completely, spectacularly forget every single word.
No, right in the middle of the big moment?
Right in the absolute middle of it. My mind just went completely blank. The words disappeared from the screen for a second because the machine glitched, and I was left standing there, microphone in hand, in complete silence, in front of 40 people.
Oh my goodness, what did you do?
I panicked, completely flustered, and instead of just waiting quietly, I started making up my own words, completely random words, still trying to match the melody, like some kind of confused opera singer having a breakdown.
You just improvised nonsense lyrics?
Completely improvised nonsense. I sang something like, "I love this song, I really do, but I forgot the words, what should I do?" to the actual melody with complete confidence, like it was intentional.
Emma, that's honestly genius in a ridiculous kind of way.
The room was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. People were crying, laughing, filming it on their phones. And to make matters worse, someone posted the video online that same night, and it got way more views than I expected.
You went slightly viral for forgetting song lyrics?
Slightly viral, yes. My cousin still sends me that video every single year on my birthday as a lovely, humbling tradition. I still laugh about it to this day, though. I definitely stick to songs I know by heart now.
A very wise policy going forward. Okay, I actually have one more too, and this one might top the airport story.
Oh, I have to hear this.
Okay, so this happened at my own sister's wedding, and I still feel slightly guilty about it, honestly.
Oh no, family wedding disasters are always the best kind. Please continue.
So there I was, helping set up the reception hall before guests arrived, and my one simple job, my only job, was to carefully carry the wedding cake from the kitchen to the main table.
A simple, important job sounds manageable.
Extremely manageable, in theory. So I'm walking very slowly, very carefully, holding this enormous, beautiful 3-tier cake, feeling like the most responsible brother in the world.
I can already sense where this is going.
You have every reason to be worried. So, out of nowhere, as I'm crossing the dance floor, someone had just finished mopping it, and there was one small, shiny, completely invisible wet patch right in my path.
Oh no, Harry, please tell me you didn't.
My foot slipped, completely out of my control, and before I knew it, I was falling backward in slow motion, cake still somehow balanced in my hands for one glorious, hopeful second.
1 second of hope before disaster.
Exactly 1 second, and then gravity won completely, and the entire 3-tier wedding cake flew directly off the tray, landed upside down on the dance floor, and I landed right next to it, flat on my back.
Oh my goodness, the entire cake destroyed?
Completely destroyed. An explosion of frosting, cake layers everywhere, and me lying there in complete disbelief, staring at the ceiling, wondering how I was going to explain this to my sister on her wedding day.
What did you do?
I just lay there for a moment, completely horrified, and then my sister's wedding planner ran over, took one look at the scene, and just started laughing hysterically instead of panicking, which honestly saved me from a full breakdown.
The wedding planner just laughed instead of panicking?
Completely laughed. She said in 15 years of doing this job, she had never seen anything quite like it. And to make matters worse, or maybe better actually, she had a backup smaller cake in her emergency kit, just in case.
Wait, wedding planners actually carry emergency backup cakes?
Apparently this happens more often than you'd think. So the backup cake saved the day. My sister never even saw the original disaster. And to this day, she still doesn't fully know the details. She just thinks I dropped it a little.
You've been hiding the full truth from your own sister?
Completely hiding it. Until right now, actually, on camera. So I suppose the secret's out now.
Harry, she's definitely going to see this episode.
Well, I guess it's time to finally confess properly. I still laugh about it to this day, though. I now insist on using a cake trolley for absolutely everything.
A very reasonable policy after that experience. Okay, Actually, I have one truly final story, and I promise this is the last one, but it's too good not to share.
Go for it, Emma. I don't think anything can top the cake now, but I'm curious.
So, there I was, a few winters ago, invited on a first date to go ice skating, which honestly, in hindsight, was a slightly ambitious choice for someone who had never skated before in her life.
Oh no, a first date and zero ice skating experience? This already sounds risky.
Extremely risky, but I didn't want to admit that, so instead I confidently said, "Sure, I love ice skating," which was a complete lie.
A confident, bold lie right from the start.
A very bold lie. So we get to the rink, I put on the skates, and I'm already wobbling like a baby deer before I even step onto the ice. But little did I know, the real disaster was still coming.
Please continue. I need to know.
So I step onto the ice, holding the wall for dear life, trying to look casual and relaxed, while my date skates off gracefully like some kind of Olympic figure skater, completely unaware of my internal panic.
The classic gap between confidence and actual skill.
Exactly that gap. So he skates back toward me, smiling, and holds out his hand to help me skate properly for the first time. And out of nowhere, right at that romantic moment, my legs completely give out beneath me.
Oh no, right at the romantic moment?
Right at the most romantic possible moment. And to make matters worse, as I fall, I grab onto his jacket for support. And instead of just steadying myself, I pull him down with me, and we both crash onto the ice in the most ungraceful, tangled heap you've ever seen.
You took him down with you?
Completely took him down. We're lying there, tangled together in front of an entire rink full of small children who are all skating past us in perfect little circles, giving us very confused looks.
I'm already in stitches picturing this.
It gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. As we're both lying there, completely stunned, trying to untangle ourselves, a small child, maybe 6 years old, skates right up to us and says very seriously, "You're supposed to stand up, you know."
A child gave you skating advice while you were both on the ground?
Completely serious, completely unbothered by our chaos. I was mortified beyond belief, but my date just started laughing hysterically. And honestly, that laughter completely broke the awkward tension, and I started laughing too.
So it actually became a good moment despite the disaster?
Somehow, yes. We spent the rest of the date basically holding onto the wall together, laughing at ourselves, completely giving up on looking cool at all. And that's when I realized this was actually going really well, disaster and all.
Did you see him again after that?
We actually dated for almost a year after that. He still calls it the day the 6-year-old had to teach us both how to skate. And honestly, I still laugh about it to this day.
That might be the sweetest disaster story of the entire episode.
I think it might be too. Okay, Harry, now I think that's genuinely enough chaos for one episode.
11 stories, 11 disasters, and somehow we both still have jobs, friends, and family who still invite us places.
Barely in some cases. All right, let's move into some final practice before we wrap up.
All right, before we move toward the end, let's give our listeners some practice, because now it's your turn to think about your own funny story.
Great idea. Everyone at home probably has a story just as ridiculous as ours.
I'm sure of it. So here's your practice. Think of one funny or embarrassing thing that's happened to you. Try to using our vocabulary from today. Was it embarrassing, hilarious, chaotic, ridiculous?
And try using our connecting phrases too. So there I was, out of nowhere, to make matters worse, and that's when.
Try saying your story out loud, even alone, even while cooking or driving. Speaking your story with your real voice helps your brain remember these words so much better than just thinking them silently.
Exactly. And honestly, telling your story out loud is great speaking practice too, even without another person there to listen.
It really is. And who knows? Maybe you'll actually get the chance to tell that story to an English speaker soon, and now you'll have the perfect vocabulary ready.
That's such a good point. Being prepared with vocabulary before you even need it.
Let's actually do a quick example together so everyone can see how easy this is once you have the vocabulary. Harry, give me a totally ordinary sentence, like something boring that happened to you this week.
Okay, I spilled coffee on my shirt this morning.
Perfect. That's our boring version. Now let's upgrade it together using today's words. Ready?
Ready. Let's see what you can do with that.
So there I was, rushing out the door this morning, completely convinced I had everything under control. And out of nowhere, my coffee cup decided to have other plans. And before I knew it, my entire shirt was soaked. It was mortifying. My face went bright red, and to make matters worse, I had a client meeting in 20 minutes.
Wow, Emma, that's such a huge difference from just I spilled coffee on my shirt. Suddenly, it's an actual story.
Exactly. Same basic event, completely different level of interest, just by adding our describing words and connecting phrases.
Okay, I really understand the power of this now. It's not about the event being big, it's about how you tell it.
Precisely. Even the most ordinary Tuesday can become a hilarious story with the right words. And here's a small tip. When you're building your own story, try to include at least one situation word, one reaction word, and one connecting phrase. That's really all it takes for your story to sound completely transformed.
One of each. That's such a simple, easy to remember formula.
It really is. And once it becomes a habit, you won't even need to think about it anymore. It'll just come out naturally when you're telling a story.
I love that. Natural storytelling becoming automatic over time, just like any other skill.
Exactly like any other skill. It just takes a little practice. Okay, Harry, before we wrap up completely, I want to give one more small vocabulary bonus. Expressions native speakers use to exaggerate for extra comedic effect in a story.
Oh, I love this idea, because exaggeration really does make stories funnier.
It really does. First one, I nearly died, meaning something was extremely funny or extremely embarrassing. Not literally dying, of course.
I nearly died is such a common exaggeration. I use it constantly without even thinking about it.
Exactly. It's used purely for effect. Everyone understands it's not literal. Next, I couldn't stop laughing. A simple but powerful phrase showing the laughter went on for a long time.
That one's straightforward, but so useful for really funny stories.
Definitely. Next, my face went bright red. A lovely physical description for embarrassment.
I feel like that phrase came up in almost every single story we told today, honestly.
It really did. We both blush a lot, apparently. Next, I wanted the ground to swallow me up. A wonderful, dramatic idiom meaning you wanted to disappear completely from embarrassment.
Oh, I love that idiom. It's so dramatic and visual.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? And finally, I couldn't make this up if I tried. Used when a story is so strange it sounds almost too ridiculous to be true, even though it is.
That's a perfect phrase for basically every single story we told today.
Absolutely perfect for all of them. Let's repeat this final list together.
Let's do it.
I nearly died. I couldn't stop laughing. My face went bright red.
I nearly died. I couldn't stop laughing. My face went bright red.
I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I couldn't make this up if I tried.
I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I couldn't make this up if I tried.
Perfect. 5 more powerful expressions for your storytelling toolbox. Let's add 2 final ones before we close this list completely.
Sure, what else do we need?
It felt like a scene from a movie. Used when a moment is so dramatic or strange, it feels almost cinematic rather than real life.
Oh, that's such a great way to describe those surreal moments, like your ice skating story, honestly.
It really did feel like a movie scene, didn't it? And finally, you couldn't write this stuff, meaning a story is so strange or funny, even a writer couldn't invent something so unbelievable.
You couldn't write this stuff is such a perfect closing line for a crazy story.
It really is. It's a great way to end any story with a little extra punch. Let's repeat this final complete list together, one more time, nice and slow.
Let's do it, one final time.
I nearly died. I couldn't stop laughing. My face went bright red.
I nearly died. I couldn't stop laughing. My face went bright red.
I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I couldn't make this up if I tried.
I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I couldn't make this up if I tried.
It felt like a scene from a movie. You couldn't write this stuff.
It felt like a scene from a movie. You couldn't write this stuff.
Perfect. 7 powerful expressions for your storytelling toolbox. My vocabulary is officially overflowing today, Emma. In the best possible way, though. All right, let's do a fast recap of the most useful words and phrases from today, nice and slow, so you can really absorb them.
Perfect. Let's go through them together, slowly.
Embarrassing, mortifying, hilarious, ridiculous, chaotic, awkward, disastrous, surreal.
Embarrassing, mortifying, hilarious, ridiculous, chaotic, awkward, disastrous, surreal.
Speechless, stunned, hysterical, flustered, in stitches, horrified, in disbelief.
Speechless, stunned, hysterical, flustered, in stitches, horrified, in disbelief.
So there I was, out of nowhere. Before I knew it, to make matters worse. And that's when, little did I know.
So there I was, out of nowhere. Before I knew it, to make matters worse. And that's when, little did I know.
Perfect. That's a huge list of powerful, natural vocabulary ready for your very next funny story.
I really feel like I could write a whole book of stories now, using all these words correctly.
You definitely have enough material from today alone. Before we close out, I just want to say, honestly, this might be my favorite episode we've ever recorded together.
Mine too, genuinely. There's something so nice about actually laughing for real while we teach instead of it just being a script.
Exactly, and I hope that comes through to everyone watching, because that's the real secret to remembering vocabulary, connecting it to real emotion, real laughter, real moments.
Completely agree. I don't think I'll ever forget the word mortifying again, honestly. Not after today.
Nor will I forget cringeworthy, for very obvious reasons involving your pajama pants.
We agreed not to bring that up again, Emma.
I lied. So Harry, after today, how are you feeling? A little exposed, maybe?
Extremely exposed, honestly. My cat is famous now, my leggings ripped on camera essentially, and everyone knows about my stomach's incredible vocal range.
A truly memorable episode for all the right, chaotic reasons. But honestly, I think this is exactly why storytelling works so well. Real stories, real mistakes, real laughter. That's what makes language feel alive.
I completely agree. Vocabulary lists alone are useful, but a story like this, you actually remember these words forever now.
Exactly the goal. And remember, today we shared 11 real, true, slightly chaotic stories. My wrong wedding, your job interview disaster, my language mix-up abroad, your video call disaster, my runaway dog chase, your gym class embarrassment, my cousin's wedding speech, your airport mix-up, my karaoke catastrophe, your wedding cake incident, and my ice skating fiasco.
11 stories, and honestly, 11 lessons in humility learned the hard way.
So here's your homework for this week. Think of your own funny story and actually tell it out loud to someone, in English, using at least 3 or 4 of today's new words or phrases.
And notice how much more interesting and alive your story sounds with the right vocabulary.
Exactly the goal. And tell us in the comments, what's the funniest or most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? We really want to hear your stories too.
Yes, please share them. We read every single comment, and honestly, we might even feature some in a future episode.
And if this video made you laugh today, don't forget to like it and subscribe. It truly helps more learners around the world find these lessons.
One conversation at a time, one story at a time, your English will grow naturally.
See you in our next Real Conversation.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.